What's good, y'all? Kayla Nicole here, and welcome back to another episode of the Pregame.
Okay, now, ladies.
Welcome to the Pregame.
Today's guest is someone who has quite literally seen me at my strongest, my weakest, and every squat, lunge, and meltdown in between. He's been my trainer, my motivator, and my unofficial therapist for the last, 8 years now?
A long time.
A long freaking time. His no approach, okay, wait, try this again. His no excuse approach to health and wellness has changed not just my body, but my mindset. But behind the protein shakes and, the insane workouts, he is someone, with real fears, real stories, and real wisdom to share. So today I'm really excited to get into it all. Please welcome to the Pregame, my trainer, my friend. People call him Gerald. I call him G. Tell the people what we're drinking today. I asked G for his drink of choice, and he selected.
It's a tequila.
No, just say it.
It's tequila
okay.
soda. It's tequila soda.
Okay, yeah.
But before the soda was there, it was actually better.
The first quarter, ketchup and yap. I have a little game prepared for you. So I'm going to give you a series of phrases, and you're going to tell me if it's truth or if it's trash. So we'll call this game Truth or Trash.
Let's get into it.
Okay? It's really simple. I'm going to answer some with you too to make it fun. Okay, first off the list, we've got pre-workout is essential. Truth or trash?
Both.
No.
Truth.
Out the gate. Wrong answer. Truth or trash?
Is essential? Truth.
Essential. Okay,
Truth.
why is it?
Because one, if you try to go in there just raw dog it,
Yeah.
it's not going to be, you're not going to have a good time. But the pre-workout could be caffeine, could be coffee, could be, Celsius, could be, Jack 3D back in the day.
Yeah, there's a lot of options.
So it's not just one pre-workout, whatever your caffeine preference of choice.
Yeah.
I would say truth. I'm not about to go work out without having some type of caffeine in me.
For me, it really depends on where I'm at mentally. Sometimes I can just fuel myself with anger and rage. You know what I mean? Just go in there straight
early
off
in the morning,
of emotion.
just
yeah. Sometimes.
raw dog everything.
But when I find myself when I'm kind of bored with working out, I do need a little caffeine espresso Celsius combo pack.
So what's both then? Because if you have some
No, truth or trash. This is the game we're playing. We don't have time for
demons in there.
Gray areas. Okay, next question. Lifting makes women bulky. Truth or trash?
Trash.
Why is that trash?
If women are bulky, they try to be bulky. You don't just fall into and just grow into Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
That's not what happens. You lift heavy.
Right.
You're not bulky, right?
I don't consider myself to be bulky,
Aesthetic,
yeah.
silhouette, soft, curvy,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Things still move, right? So, and you don't really miss that many days in the gym.
Of lifting, yeah.
Right. So, yeah, it's trash.
Yeah, that's a common misconception. People think that if you lift heavy as a woman, you're going to bulk up.
You don't have, the women who do look bulky, it literally happened on purpose.
They are aesthetically striving for that
Exactly.
aesthetic.
You saw yourself, you're like, I want more.
Right.
So, and then you took some stuff to get bulky as well.
A little protein, a little HGH.
A little more than that. A little dark side.
Okay.
A little dark side.
You need 10,000 steps a day to be in shape. Truth or trash?
Damn, these are. I would say truth, because if you don't move enough, you're not gonna be in shape. If you're moving 3,000 steps, you're not in shape. You're sedentary. You're in the office 9 to 5, regular job, not moving. You are literally not in shape.
Yeah.
There's no way.
So 10,000 steps, how?
Minimum.
What is that? Is that a half a mile? A mile?
10,000 steps is probably so if I tell my clients you have to walk 8 to 10,000 steps minimum, that may be a 30-minute, 45-minute walk.
Okay.
In addition to just your normal day.
Okay.
If you walk 14,000 steps, that's the sweet spot for turning your body to a fat burning machine. That's a 60-minute extra walk in addition to your day.
So someone who's just starting out, that's a good barometer to have. At least your goal should be a daily 10,000 steps?
Minimum.
But
the sweet spot is 14,000 plus.
Okay.
So
and that's not considering weightlifting or Pilates.
No, that's actually actively.
That's your workout.
You have to go actively go hike, go 60 minutes, go move, get a standing desk, I was talking earlier.
Yeah.
And actually move, because it doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't happen. But it is, if you don't walk 2,000 steps, I wouldn't say that you're on an average. If you open your phone and it says your average is 3,000 steps, you know yourself, you're not in shape. There's no way.
Okay, next. Cold plunges. Truth or trash?
I've never tried it.
Do you believe
I don't
in
like
the...
cold showers. I hear
Do you believe
the
in the
benefits.
benefits? Okay.
It could be beneficial. Like if you go to the jacuzzi and then go into like a pool after, is it beneficial? You know, like a sauna, a steam room. I have never tried a cold plunge per se.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you?
I've tried it. I just don't... I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. Like, I don't need to freeze and shock my system and
60
feel
seconds.
traumatized for like better blood flow. I don't know.
I've never tried it. I mean,
I'm
like,
not doing it.
I mean, I'm gonna try it and then get back to you. But right now I'm gonna say truth because I can't. I'm not gonna say don't do it because I never tried it. I'm not that person.
Yeah, there's health benefits. I'm just not getting them, I guess, because I'm not doing it. Okay, carbs at night make you fat.
Trash. Because if you just worked out an hour before that, you're gonna refill your body with those carbs. If you're just sitting around walking 3,000 steps, carbs any day is trash.
Okay.
So like if you're working out, like say you're a nurse, you had a 12-hour shift and you had salmon and some sweet potato, that carb is not going to be used poorly. It's going to be what's going to refill you, your glycogen levels, your glucose is going to refill it back. So it depends on what your day is like and what you're doing. But
so if I do a late night workout, for most women say after work, so like 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and then I have a late dinner or a late meal, it's okay. I think people beat themselves up eating after 8. But if you just worked out, like you said, you need that fuel.
Even if you didn't work out, let's say you're going to work out in the morning, like that, as long as you're 24-hour window, and let's say you're tracking your calories, if that carb is in your caloric sweet spot, you can still have it. Like let's say you waited to have it at nighttime, then you're 50 or 100 carbs, and you're using it then, you literally didn't use it at all the whole day. Now you can because it's in your allowance, right? But you got to be tracking. If you don't know, then you're just guessing, and then it probably won't be in your allowance.
Okay, so carbs at night make you fat. That's trash. You can have your carbs.
Let's say you walked 14,000 steps.
Eat the carbs. That's my takeaway.
Yeah, eat it. Like, because if you walked 20,000 steps, that carb is not going to be,
carb.
eat it up.
I earned that carb.
You, absolutely.
Love that. This is a good one. You can target belly fat. Truth or trash?
Truth.
Right.
You can't spot train it. You can't spot, like, I want to only lose, let's say you have genetically nice glutes. But then let's say you gain 100 pounds from maybe you had 2 pregnancies and life is tough, you're kind of depressed. You can't now then just say, I want to only lose my stomach and nowhere else. Yeah. No, that's not where it goes.
But you can target.
You can spot build.
Core. Yeah.
You can do more workouts, you can do more shoulders, you can do more legs, you can spot build, but you can't spot lose where that body fat goes or like comes from.
Intermittent fasting is the best way to lose weight.
Trash.
Ooh,
because
that's my thing right now. I think I'm really doing something. By the way, tell the people what that is exactly.
Intermittent fasting, you have 2 different windows. You have an eating window, you have a fasting window, right? Okay. And your eating window is helping your body get that protein synthesis. You're giving your body the calories and proteins, and you're getting that in that window. Yeah. The other window, you're letting your body kill off dead cells, bad cells. You're letting your body digest. You're letting your body go into a fasting window. So this goes into like a autophagy, right? The best one is kind of like the 16-8. So like, let's say you stop eating at 10, you won't eat again until 2 p.m. So your fasting window will be 10 p.m. to 2 p.m. and then your eating window would be from 2 to 10.
Okay, so why would this not be the best way to lose weight?
Because it's not the only one. Like if you track calories and if you're eating in a deficit, you automatically, whether you're eating from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., which is not intermittent fasting helps you know and be more strategic with your planning, right? But there's portion control, there's carb cycling, there's intermittent fasting, there's a whole lot of just macros. There's a whole lot of things that you can do to lose weight. So I can't just say this is the best one. It is good. It is great.
But what you're saying is basically, if I'm doing intermittent fasting and I'm still not in a calorie deficit, it's not going to be beneficial to lose weight.
If you're intermittent fasting and you're still eating more than you're burning, it's not going to matter.
Yeah, exactly. You're eating it's like I starved myself at 2 p.m. and then I ate a burger, fried chicken,
at 2 p.m.
Pie.
Right. I didn't move at all.
Yeah.
So intermittent fasting itself, if you are actually still eating the right things, will be beneficial to you, especially if you're trying to lose weight fast.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's kind of easy, but you can eat whatever you want as long as you work out. Truth or trash?
Truth.
Really?
Back to the calories. If you know your calories and you want to have a burger, you want to have tacos, and it's in your allowance, it's in your allowance. Like if you want to have 3 chicken tacos, those corn tortillas, 3 of those maybe 25 to 50 grams of carbs. If that's in your window, it's in your window. If you have that all day, so it's always better to know one. Well, first off, spend money for a trainer who knows what he's doing. And then two,
shameless plug.
hey, invest into yourself.
Yes.
Because you're trying to do it yourself, you're not going to know. It hasn't worked yesterday. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Like,
and there's a
like
science
it hasn't worked.
to it.
It hasn't worked, right? Well, there's an experience to it, right? So if you want to eat what you want, you still have to have a plan on how to make that strategic and flexible and realistic. Because you just wing it. Nobody's ever winged and became a millionaire. They actually tried, right? So to be successful, you have to actually have a plan to make it happen.
Yeah.
But if that involves pizza, burgers, tacos, if it's in your window, you make like a cauliflower pizza and you know your macros, then have at it, right? So yes and no. You gotta know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's good. Waist trainers help you get abs.
No.
Truth or
Trash.
trash?
Trash. Because you're 400 pounds, you're not gonna have abs after you pull that thing off.
And I would imagine that people say this all the time. Abs are made in the kitchen. I've never heard anyone ever say that abs are made in a waist trainer.
They're not trash.
Okay.
Trash. We could go into a whole different talk about it. Just trash.
Abs
but
are about diet, targeting that muscle group, but not about waist trainers.
Waist trainers itself don't really help you build abs. It shapes like a
Your
muscle.
organs?
Like it's squeezing yourself in. So like if you have 5% body fat and you're just squeezing your body, then it's going to start to train yourself to be, a tighter build.
And I don't think I've never worn a waist trainer, but I've definitely used a sweatband. And I think for me, visually, because I don't sweat that much when I work out, it was nice because I could take the sweatband off and I would see, me dripping sweat. And it made me feel like, oh, wow, I was working out harder and this workout was better than the other workout because I saw sweat. But I think that might just be mental as well.
You don't sweat a lot.
Yeah, I know.
So you're not a sweater. So like when you sweat, it's because the place is 100 degrees.
Hot.
Yeah, like it's
Or
not
I
because
have
you're
a
working out
belt
harder,
on,
right? Because if you have the same workout and it's 65, you're not going to sweat still. So the heat itself is making you sweat, not actually the workout.
That was another one of my questions. Like, if I sweat more, does that mean the workout was more successful?
No, you just don't sweat. Yeah, you work out hard, you don't sweat. So
got it. You can get a toned stomach without giving up alcohol. Truth or trash?
Both, because it's truth and trash. Because your body will target the alcohol first before burning body fat. So if your goal is to be your best as fast as you can, then don't drink alcohol, because your body's going to prioritize those toxins before prioritizing your fat to get off of you. So, but let's say you
sips, drink,
sips,
drink.
But then again, it always comes down to, do you know your calories? Are you in a deficit? Because if that tequila is only 100 calories, it's still technically in your window.
Having a BBL and selling training programs is okay. Truth or trash?
This is going to be a deeper talk. We need to have another session of this.
We need to have a full breakdown of this.
Having a BBL is not wrong. One, like if you choose to do that, hey, if it makes you happy, have at it. Like let's say you have 4 kids and you need a mommy makeover. I understand. Feel good about yourself. Whoever your audience is. So like if you're promoting, okay, this butt came from squats and this butt came from hard work and everything, and you're showing before and afters, and you actually got a BBL, then that is being, then no, that's not
deceitful.
Okay. Yeah, it's being deceitful. But if you have a BBL and you're showing other women on how to love yourself, be happy, but in these day and age, it's not gonna matter. You're climbing up a hard hill, because the comments, the people that are going to attack you for having a BBL and also selling fitness is going to be harder than trying to prove to people that, no, I'm not saying, like, for instance, me. So me training, I've been blessed to have amazing clients, right? And they have amazing features, silhouettes, aesthetics. When I'm showing a video, when I'm showing a workout, I'm never saying do this to get this. I'm saying if you do this, you're going to become a better version of yourself.
A better version of you.
Yeah, whatever that looks like. I'm not saying if you do this kickback, you're going to have her glutes tomorrow. It's saying, yes, she has nice aesthetics. Great. Amazing. She works hard. If you do it, you're also going to build the better version of yourself.
Yeah.
Right. So it all depends. If you have a BBL and you're now a trainer and you're selling fitness programs, it all depends on how you market it to the actual clientele base.
Yeah, I think it's a transparency issue though. Because what I don't understand is there is a market out there. Obviously, women are getting BBLs. A lot of women are getting BBLs. And you know what that means?
Private.
A lot of women want to know, how do I now train my body to not look like I have this major surgery done? I want the aesthetic to be natural. What can I do to balance out my carb ratios with my training schedule? Like, what can I do? There's people out there that have these questions. I feel like you would benefit from being honest and transparent. I got a BBL and this is my BBL workout. I would have a BBL workout plan if it was me.
But then now you're actually labeling yourself as, I have a BBL and I'm doing this because of this. So let's say
you're required to be honest.
Let's say somebody's a 300-pound trainer, right?
Uh-huh.
And he was a knowledgeable, great, amazing trainer, but he's 300 pounds. Would you listen to that person?
Is an issue.
Even though
yes, I would. I'm going to say this honestly, I would, because that doesn't change like the knowledge that you have. There's many a times that I've gone to like hairstylists and their hair looks absolutely insane.
Like, wow.
But she could lay a wig and this middle part bust down. And I never once, I'm like, I don't know, girl, your hair looks nuts.
Right.
I'm not going to listen to you or let you do my hair.
Same as a coach. A coach, like I say,
coach all the time. Coaches all the time.
Never play basketball in life.
Analysts.
But also can run plays, no strategics. Never played, never dunked in their life. You're not going to listen to him? He has 6 championships.
Right.
What do you mean?
Literally.
He can't dribble a ball.
Yeah.
But he's wins championships. So it all depends on the mindset of
the individual
of social media right now. Is more so, you have a BBL, I don't trust you, you're being fake. Even if you are being authentic, somebody coming into your page that doesn't know who you are and what you've done and what you've said are still going to say, yo, you can't do that because you're a BBL.
Yeah.
So it all depends on how you feel about yourself and what you're willing to go through to sell this program.
Right. Well, shout out to the girlies. I'm sure there's women out there that are standing on business. I hope that there are. I haven't seen them, but if there are girlies, I hope so.
Hope they're getting money, because it's.
And I think all the BBL girlies, like, they should go to the women that are being honest and transparent, because like that's a huge issue, I think, in the fitness space in general too. Like, people are just not being honest anymore, especially with Ozempic on the rise. People are not telling the truth. This is truth or trash stuff, right? Like me ranting. Okay, let's jump into the second quarter. It's called In the Mix, where we discuss a blend of news, pop culture, with a little splash of commentary. Today's first subject of choice, the cozy cardio trend. Now, this was like a viral trend on TikTok for quite some time.
I've never seen it. I don't have TikTok, by the way.
Don't you worry, honey. I'm going to break it down for you.
Let me know.
Okay, so this cozy cardio trend was a movement for women to reclaim their relationship with exercise. A woman by the name of Hope Zuckerbro, she's a content creator on TikTok. She was quoted saying basically that we all have this idea in our head that working out is very intense. You got to go to the gym, you have to wear a sports bra, you have to be sweating immensely. And her vision for cozy cardio was to have a more relaxed approach to fitness. She said, I don't think anybody ever told us, hey, moving your body can totally be about watching TV at your pajamas at home and simply moving. So what does cozy cardio entail? It reminds me kind of like of the whole like hot girl walk trend, where it's pretty much just like, you just need to get up and move your body. But cozy cardio, these are the things that are required in order to do this. A cozy space, so like your living room, your office, anywhere where you feel comfortable. A tasty drink. For her, it was a protein coffee. A TV show, movie or podcast, so something to kind of like entertain you while you're moving. Mm-hmm. And then a low impact, easy movement exercise or workout that makes you feel good. Your face.
What are the...
Your face immediately.
It looks disgusted.
Yeah, like what are your thoughts initially? What's going through your head?
Do you want results? Just move a little bit and clap your hands and jump jacks. I mean, my son does PE all the time. But actually getting results is it's a totally different mind. If you really want, and like you're like, ooh, I love her results over there. She's not doing cozy cardio. She's in there at least 3 days a week. Yeah, actually busting her ass a little bit.
I feel like cozy cardio is more so if there's like 3 levels to fitness, cozy cardio would be probably like level 1. It's like a good beginner intro. I want to get my
level 1.
No?
No.
What is it? 0.5?
You're not even in the game.
Well, okay. Hold on.
Well,
what about for the women? Haven't you seen like those treadmills, those walking like...
I have one, yeah.
Yeah, so like that's...
But I'm also now walking for an hour.
She kind of like pitched it where it does feel a little lackadaisical. But you could be, what I imagine is you're on your walking treadmill, you turn on the pregame, which is like an hour long, and you stand there and you walk for an hour while you watch the pregame.
And then what after that though?
That's it. That's your workout for the day.
Okay, for that day, for the 7 days of the week. That's one day one.
Yes.
What are they doing alongside of the cozy cardio?
What if they do that 4 days a week?
Are they now about to go eat a pizza?
No,
Cozy?
I think balance is important. But if that's their physical exercise for the week, doing walking for an hour 4 times a week, how do we feel about that? Trainer G.
Depends on what their goals are.
My goal is to start to fall in love with working out because I hate it. I hate working out, and I want to lose a couple pounds by the summertime.
Alongside a cozy cardio, I'm creating, it's called the Lazy Girl workout plan, right? So the Lazy Girl, but it's not saying you're lazy. You're just overwhelmed, you're tired, you're busy, and you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
You still want to look like you train every day, right?
Okay.
So the Lazy Girl workout plan, the workout should meet you where you're at.
Yeah.
Yes. So if that's all you have, amazing. I'm proud of you. But if you want actually to feel better, look better, have more confidence, be ready to be half naked at the, in Cancun, you're gonna need to do more than the cozy cardio, right?
So you're saying your diet has to complement
everything.
But from a physical activity standpoint, 4 days a week of an hour walking at a high rate,
7 days
speed
a week.
walking.
7 days a week.
Okay, you're gonna be cozy in your cardio. You need to be cozy 7 days a week.
7 days a week, twice a day at least. If you're doing that, do it twice. Be cozy twice a day.
Well, this went from cozy to irritated cardio.
You have to.
Because now I got to do it twice.
You have to be soft about it. Like, oh, that's going to work for you. It's not. You're going to be in 3 years. You're going to be in the same position you are, or worse, by doing cozy cardio.
Yeah.
Because nobody told you that's not going to work for you.
Yeah.
It's have at it. Enjoy yourself. But also, you have to do more if you want more. But if you're complacent with that, then I love that for you.
I was reading this. There's a book called Tell Me What You Want. It's by a psychotherapist. Her name's Charlotte Fox Weber. But here's a quote from the book. It says, a lot of people are perfectionist about something like exercise, where there's this fantasy of the optimal self who's going to do everything 100%. And I agree that is a lot of times, no offense to you, Trainer G, but that is the perspective of a lot of trainers or people in the fitness space that I have to go balls to the walls 150%. Every time I work out, it has to be this intense overexertion. And for some people, yes, it does have to be that way. I think now, because I've been training for so long, that is how I feel after a workout. If I go to Pilates and I'm not dying at the end of it, I feel like, okay, I need to go run 2 miles to really get my fix. Mm-hmm. But for some people, they just absolutely hate working out and they hate training. And I think that this cozy cardio is a good intro.
I mean, the cozy plan is great, but if you only have 30 minutes, 3 days a week, so if you have a circuit, 4 or 5 workouts, that are beneficial to where you're trying to get to, that's 90 minutes for the week. It's not cozy, but you only did 90 minutes. Out of a whole week.
Yeah.
So.
And I think it's important too, like you said, to have an understanding of what your goals are. Because if your goal is to just move your body, then a cozy girl workout could be super effective and perfect for you. But if your goal is to lose weight, or you have aesthetic goals, I want to tone. I want to tone here and I want to grow this muscle here.
You're not doing cozy girl work. You're not doing Kayla's not doing cozy girl cardio.
Yeah. So, it really depends on what your goals are.
I'm like, Kayla, but I want to just sit around and do cozy girl. No, it's not that's not happening. But I love that for you if that's all you can do.
Yeah. Shout out to the cozy girls though. I think moving your body, if that's your goal, then do that. But also
taper your goals though. Taper your expectations.
Be realistic with yourself. Okay, well, speaking of specific training programs, this training program that we're going to discuss next is called the Ozempic workout.
Here we go.
Hey now.
Here we go.
Gyms and trainers are catering to a new group of exercisers, those using Ozempic. I'm going to break down what Ozempic is because maybe you don't know what it is, my dear listener. You're living under a rock. GLP-1 drugs such as Wegovy.
Ooh, hey, that commercial kind of slapped. they be going ham on the commercial.
Ozempic, Zepbound, Mounjaro are all different types of GLP-1 drugs, okay? They have helped millions of people combat type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease, as well as shed weight. Yes. Some people are using them because they have diabetes. Some people are trying to drop pounds before they go to the Hamptons this year. I don't know. It depends on the person.
It all depends on what you have access to. But if you can find it.
Right.
You can find it.
So this class of drugs has been around for about 2 decades now as a diabetes medication originally, but it has gained popularity amongst, the general public as a tool for weight loss. Mm-hmm. The issue with this, y'all.
Shoot the trash. Okay.
The complications with this are kind of crazy. With your weight loss, it can also contribute to a reduction in lean body mass. That includes muscle, and it's making people physically weaker, which visually, I feel like you can see that amongst people. Like they'll drop weight really, really fast, but also kind of almost have like a sickly appearance. Yeah, like, and I've talked to women too, friends that have used Ozempic, and something that they struggled with was, yes, I've dropped the weight, but now like my butt is also completely gone and I'm having a really hard time getting my glutes back. So trainers have adapted this new, apparently it's called Ozempic workouts, where they're literally strategically going in and creating workout programs for people using Ozempic because they're experiencing, you know, these side effects. So I'm curious to know, first of all, what do you think about Ozempic focused workouts? And do you require your clients to disclose if they are using Ozempic?
I don't know what my clients are doing. First off, I don't have no time. I mind my business. Okay, if you come in, you do.
But
what you
that's
do.
part of your business.
No, I mind my business.
But don't you feel like it now is a part of your business because it's working against you?
It's not. I'm in this industry for a long time because I mind my business. Right. I meet my clients where they're at.
Yeah.
Like, is this what you want to do? Cool, great. You know, I'm not the rah. You have to do this. Can't make you do anything. You know.
But if I'm taking Ozempic and you have a whole plan, right? You're breaking down my macros and my micros.
You're not taking Ozempic.
Okay, I'm just using a hypothetical example. But if I'm someone who is,
my mom is on Ozempic, right?
Yeah, but as my trainer, how are you going to construct a training program that's going to work for me if you don't know that I'm on Ozempic?
When it comes to actual training and getting enough protein, having a good workout plan, I don't think trainers are actually making Ozempic workouts. They're just saying, yo, if you're on Ozempic, you also need protein. You also need to lift heavy. You also need to make sure you're getting enough calories because you're going to have a very fast slope to lose weight, but you want to make sure you're getting enough protein so your body is not burning and catabolizing on your actual muscle tissue, right?
Yeah.
So it's having a good nutrition plan because I don't know per se. I'm not an expert on this, but like, do you have an appetite when you're on Ozempic? So
no. So apparently that was another thing too. Like the science side of it says the GLP-1 drugs send signals to the brain telling people to feel full on fewer calories. Those taking them are often operating in a caloric deficit. And that reduced appetite, if not overseen properly by a doctor, could cause nutritional deficiencies and leave people with less energy for
That's why they
workouts.
have that very sick looking face or body because your body is burning muscle and body fat.
Yeah.
A regular regimen, you'll need at least 1.2 grams of lean body mass for your actual protein. If you're not even getting that, then your body will automatically start burning muscle because muscle is hard to keep if you're not getting enough energy for it.
Yeah, that was another crazy stat too. It says depending on the drug that they're taking, people can lose between 25 to 50% of their lean body mass. And you don't want to lose lean body mass, right?
In our society, most of us don't even know how to work out or eat properly in general. You just but the easy way is let's take Ozempic, let's take a semaglutide, let's take a GLP-1 because it's going to be fast.
Yeah.
But once you're on it, what do you do after? Like same as you get like a BBL or maybe what do you do after? You can't just sit around now because you're not going to love the way you look, even if you did go pay $10,000 or more to get your body done. You're still going to have to do something to still instill that kind of confidence in yourself.
Do you think that it's cheating if not used for diabetic reasons? What's your perspective on it?
It's just a new fad. Like back in the day, they had ephedra, they had Roxyline, they have a lot. Yeah, they have a lot of stuff. So it's not like it's cheating. It's the new.
Yeah.
It's like if you're a bodybuilder, you're taking gear. Like, is it cheating? It's the industry, right? So someone who has like this perfect physique and you can't get that by eating tilapia and asparagus, right? It's not how it works. Is it cheating? I mean, it's once again, I'm on my business, right? So
yeah, for me, I think too, I have this conversation with a lot of my friends. I don't think it's cheating. Like you said, I don't care what you do in your fitness routine if it works for you. My perspective personally is it would be me cheating myself. After all these years of having a committed fitness wellness routine, if unless I needed it.
Yeah, unless you're like you have to have it, then like is it cheating? Like my body needs this.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say for me, it would be cheating myself only because I know that, yes, I could take Ozempic now to lose those stingy 5-10 pounds that I can't seem to get off of me because I'm 33, but let me finish. Because I'm 33 and it requires a level of discipline, calorie counting, a strict routine to really drop those pounds quick in the way that I want to and achieve the aesthetic that I want. My thing is, if you take Ozempic, yes, you will lose the weight, but once you stop taking Ozempic, how do you keep the weight off? You're gonna have to have discipline.
Right.
How do you, maintain this physique that you have now grown to love? More discipline. So in a way, you are kind of cheating the system because you're doing a shortcut.
Right.
But if you get to the end of that shortcut and you figure out a way to hold yourself accountable moving forward, then okay, then
You still got to
you cheat the system and you won. Honestly,
Using you as an example again, if you only had to lose 5-10 pounds, you could have did that by having a
calorie deficit diet.
exactly or being like you could have already did it regardless.
You could have just carried your carbs every day.
You could lose 5-10 pounds in 1-2 months like that. So like it all depends. Like, you know what I mean? So like,
yeah.
Is it cheating? I wouldn't call it cheating. People are gonna do what they're gonna do regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you eat to each his own too. I don't think that there should be any shame around it. I think also people need to remove the shame of those. We'll say shortcuts, not cheating. Shortcuts have been around since the existence of time. I don't think it's
AI.
I don't
it's a
think
shortcut.
it's that big of a deal.
I'm not about to write I'm about to ask Chat Jeopardy like, yo.
Yeah, Jeopardy is crazy. That's what you named it, is Chat Jeopardy. That's cute. I think the other thing too, though, again, if you are going to be on Ozempic, I would just capitalize off of it. If I'm making workout programs and I'm on Ozempic, I'm telling the girlies, hey, I've figured it out. I'm on Ozempic and this is what I do.
Right.
Follow me. Buy the program here. But instead, there's so much shame around it, and I think that that's unfair. There's no shame in
Going back
caring
to that last
about
BBL question, it's the same thing.
health.
We don't want to be upfront.
I do.
Social media is a highlight tape. First
No,
off.
I want to be upfront.
But it's a highlight tape.
But if you are in a place of selling workout programs, you're a fitness influencer, you're a trainer.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there is a level of accountability that is missing in the fitness space and transparency. Like if you have taken it upon yourself to give people advice on what they eat and how they physically move their body, you need to have advice on the truth of what's really going on in your life. If you're listening and you're taking Ozempic,
Love you.
kudos to you. That means that you care about your health, you care about your aesthetic, you care about, doing what's best for you. And I don't think that there's anything shameful in that.
Especially if you need it.
Especially if you need it. And even if you don't,
We love you.
it ain't like you said, it's none of my business.
We
It's
love
nobody
you.
else's business. Unless you're selling a program, you should tell them people. Okay, moving on to the third
we still love
quarter. Would you like me to give you a refill on your drink?
I gotta finish it first.
Your ice has melted quite a bit.
It's oh my goodness.
It's hot tequila now.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to move into the third quarter. This is called Ask the Chat, where we allow our viewers to write in some questions.
They wrote questions?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
First question. What should a woman in her 40s be focused on in the gym?
The same thing you would be focused on if you were 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
If you say calorie deficit, I'm going to scream.
No, in the gym, no.
Okay.
So I can only speak on what I've done for my clients. I'm a big advocate on circuits,
Mhm.
like circuitology, right? I call it.
So what is that?
A strategic amount of workouts put together that's going to maximize your intensity in the gym, leverage your time that you don't need to be in there 2 hours a day. You get 8 circuits in an hour, right? If you're getting it in. Not 8 circuits, 2 circuits, but 5 or 4 workouts each, right? So if you are trying to maximize your time, maximize your effort, maximize your results, of course you are, do circuits. But how do you know what circuits to do? That's one, again, higher and professional. 2, if you're trying to maximize, of course, do like isolated, do compound. I wouldn't say go heavy. I would say try to stick between a 12 and 15 range. And if you do 15 reps and you have 3 more to go, go heavier, right? Like let's say you're at 15 and you're like, oh, I can do 18. Then, okay, great. Next time go heavier because you want to fail between 12 and 15, right? We're not bodybuilders. You're trying to sustain and have longevity and
Absolutely.
And be safe and effective, not injure yourself.
Okay, what's one fitness myth that drives you crazy?
Oh, you can fix hip dips.
Can we please talk about this?
You can't get taller. You can't get taller.
It breaks my heart though, because people out there, again, that lack transparency and just like self-accountability will try and promote this idea that you can
Impossible.
alter your hip dips. And for people listening, your hip dips are essentially like the side of your hips So like where your glutes are, you're going to go to the side of your hip. And if it caves in a little bit naturally, because that's just the anatomy of a body.
How you're made.
Yeah. Like it's very likely that you have hip dips.
Some are more extreme than others.
And
right.
some are less
And it's
pronounced.
like body dysmorphia. Like I love myself. I hate my hip dips. And it's like.
And for me, I technically have hip dips, but I know how to pose and position my body to where I poke out my hip.
Right.
So that you can't
but naturally,
see
you still have it.
Yeah, I absolutely have hip dips, but people will hit me up all of the time. What do you do to train hip dips? Like, what do you do to make yours so pronounced? It's like, I don't have an answer for that. And it breaks my heart that people think that you can really fix that.
You can expound your silhouette, your aesthetic. Like you can work on your side glutes. You can work on your glutes. You can work on your hamstrings. You can work on that. And like I said, if you have a picture take, then work your angles.
Yeah.
But naturally, hip dips are not going anywhere. It's literally your bones. That's one thing I hate is you cannot change your hip dips. You can just work on your entire self, make sure you're loving yourself and overall getting your body is complementing each other. So your back, your arms, your legs, your core, your self-esteem, all it's all complementing each other. We're
in a time where, yes, plastic surgery is so big and so prevalent. There are women that don't aesthetically have hip dips anymore because, like you said, they went to the doctor and they did a 1-2 number and now they have this, Coke bottle 8-figure. But for the average woman, you're not born like that. And it's okay if you're not. It's okay if you want to work on it. But like you said, that there's a limit at which you can work to. It's not going to aesthetically change you just by working on your glutes. I love that you said too, work on your mental. That's so much more powerful. And the longevity of that will pay off in the long run. Instead of always worrying about the aesthetic of a hip dip or an ab or a contour here, there. Like you work on your mind, you're going to be in a way better place.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because when is it going to ever be good enough, right? You may not be happy with yourself. You may have 2, 3, 4 kids. Like I've had clients like my kids ruined my body. I'm not happy. I just bought a new house, but I'm not happy, right? So it doesn't matter where you're going. If you're not internally doing and taking care of yourself, whether it's therapy in a gym or whatever, nothing's going to change that.
Agreed. What are 3 non-negotiables for someone trying to build a healthier lifestyle from scratch?
You have to have resilience. Right? That's non-negotiable because it's not going to be easy. So thinking in 2 weeks, you're going to have the body of your dreams, it's not happening. So 1, resilience. Would perseverance be the same as resilience? Because you have to keep going. Like there's never a destination.
Well, I feel like resilience is more so of like you're facing adversity. So like there's a hurdle. I have this goal and I've been training for 2 months and I still haven't hit the goal. I lost the goal. I gained 5 pounds, but I still kept going is the resilient part. So like even when you maybe fall back on your goal, kind of have a little lapse in your training program.
Like you go through a breakup, you're unhappy, you fell off for a week or 2.
Yes, but you get back to it.
Yeah.
Resilient. Yeah.
Non-negotiable. You have to lift weights.
That's a good one.
You have to put your muscles and body under tension.
Yes.
So even if it's bands, even if it's, body weight, you still have to put your body under some type of tension so it can stay strong. Because if you're not, your body's going to break down. Your bones are going to break down. You're going to break down. So you have to put yourself under tension internally too, because you have to, nothing grows from a comfort zone. So if it's comfortable all the time, you're never going to grow.
What do you have to say too about the girlies that are Pilates hotties? Because I think that that's a huge trend right now. And I think it's anything that
that's not
inspires people to move their bodies, I'm here for.
It's not enough.
But I think what a lot of people are realizing is that, yes, doing Pilates alone is not enough for you on average. The average woman, it's not enough for her to simply do Pilates and see extreme progress in her wellness routine, in her weight loss journey.
No.
Can you talk to me about that and why do you think that is?
Pilates, yoga. If you love Pilates and you have to look at the instructors kind of, if they do Pilates a lot. If you want that body, that's what you're going to get. The ones who look the way the part, they're going to tell you, I don't just do Pilates. I teach Pilates.
Yeah.
I'm also going to the gym right now and getting it in.
Yeah.
So it's like, understanding that's a great way to move your body, work on your core strength, work on your mobility, work on all that. It's a good addition to it, but it's not the only thing.
For me, something that really helps is I romanticize my relationship with my fitness routine. So like, I'm like a serial dater when it comes to fitness. Seriously though, like I don't want to just date one guy in the fitness world. Like I want to date the Pilates guy. I want to date the gym. I want to date boxing. I want to date a hike on the weekends. Like I'm going to mix it up as much as I can so that I'm not ever bored. Because years and years and years and years of training, of just going to the gym, it's not enough for me anymore. Like I need a little excitement. I need a new, ooh, who's that new hottie at the pool with the shirt off? You know what I mean?
Right.
And so for me lately, that's been, I started doing it's a little hot yoga because now I can like sweat and be put in uncomfortable positions. You ever try that?
Sweating is definitely not your thing. So yeah.
I know, so that excites me.
Right,
you know what I mean?
I'm sweating.
This is new.
I'm wet, but
Boxing.
in a sweating wise. You know what I mean? Hey, you know.
Hey now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Sweating.
Boxing is something that I've tried. I do Pilates as well, heated Pilates, mat Pilates. So I think people have to realize too that it's not always like a one size fit all. Oh, this girl does this. This is going to have the same impact on me. You have to find what works for you, what excites you, and what's going to keep you consistent.
Keep you satiated.
Yeah.
Like if you only eat chicken every day, you're gonna hate it.
God, yeah.
Like you mix it up. Throw some salmon in there. Throw some, you know, tofu in there if you like that. Like, you know,
mix it up a bit.
Stay satiated.
Okay, before we close this quarter, we're gonna make it a little personal to you. I didn't tell you about this part. Surprise! So it's gonna be about
to
you
run away.
in your personal life. Well, because I think too.
Personal life. What is that?
I'm just saying because obviously you are a trainer, and a lot of times I tell you that you're like my therapist. You're not certified, obviously, or qualified to give me life advice.
Either.
But when I come into the gym and I want to talk to you about my feelings, you do that, or you create a safe space for me to feel like I can work through my problems. So we're going to talk about you and your problems right now, Jay.
My problems?
It's not a problem. I'm just kidding. But you've opened up to me about losing your father. This was, how long ago was this?
I was 21, so 2009.
And he passed away from a heart attack, right?
Yeah, second one.
His second heart attack?
Yeah, I was in high school the first one.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, obviously had to be something that was incredibly hard to go through. I was just curious, how did that change your relationship with your own health? Seeing your father go through something so traumatic.
Well, I didn't see it. I was playing baseball and I was in college. So I was away in Alabama playing. So I didn't see it, you know. So you get a phone call that something is terrible happened. And that basically just changed your whole life.
Did he did he have health issues leading up to this?
You know, men don't talk about their health, especially with their kids. Yeah, men don't talk about it. Like men are going to hold that in, and then they just aren't here anymore.
Really?
Like they're not going to express it. Like they're still taking care of their family. They're still, you know, being the head of the households. Like they still got to get, you know, they still got to get money. So, you know, losing your father at 21 is deep.
Absolutely.
Like that's when you need your father at that point, right?
Yeah.
So if you have I didn't have a rough childhood. Like I grew up in a cul-de-sac, you know,
suburban kid.
Yeah, like Carson, whatever I needed, I got, especially sports, you know, new bats, new gloves, you know, traveled, ran track, I played like all the sports. So I didn't have a hustle mentality. It was more so like, if you do this, like we'll take care of you. Like you're not a bad kid. And then when that's taken away from you, it's a sink or swim.
Yeah.
You know, depression, anxiety is real. Like I still have anxiety probably, you know, you kind of work through it. You kind of have to.
You think that his passing caused anxiety?
I didn't have it before.
You did not have it before?
No, I didn't have a panic attack before. Like my first panic attack was on the plane on the way home. Like I had a panic attack on the actual plane landing on the way home to his funeral.
Yeah.
Right. So then since then I had anxiety for like literally panic attacks, like feeling I'm having a heart attack for, I probably had over 1,000 panic attacks in my life. So, you know, it's a very real thing. I wouldn't wish it upon nobody because you don't know what's actually happening.
So what do you do to cope with panic attacks? What's your own like wellness process?
That you're okay. If nobody's ever had a panic attack, it feels like a bunch of fear ninjas attacking you and you can't get away, right? So
my dad uses this metaphor of like, he feels like there's like a tiny man inside on his heart, just like running, and you're just trying to tell the little man to like calm down.
It's really a real thing because it's psychological, but also physical.
Yeah.
You know, I could be from sitting here and if I'm a panic attack, my heart would go to 180, right? Just off of, you know, of fear, and then you feel it coming on. So
in that moment though, what do you do specifically to calm you?
I stopped going into like high buildings. I stopped going on planes because you can't control it. Like if you have a panic attack, you can't get out. You're there.
So you're saying you started doing things that are more preventative to prevent you from having a panic attack.
I resisted my triggers. You know, losing my father is deep. It's kind of molded me to who I am because you have to hustle. You know, there's nobody coming to save you, and especially as a man.
I think that is a universal sentiment that you would like to be saved, but the reality is that no one is coming to save you.
But literally as a man, nobody's saving me. Nobody.
I feel that way as
Like,
a woman too. Nobody's saving
But somebody
me.
may save you because you look good. Oh
Well,
shit!
we don't have time. I don't have time to waste to try to find out though. I have to hustle like you.
Yeah, you don't have to. But it's still potentially a possibility. You have to hustle. You have to have resilience and perseverance because it's just you.
You're already answering this in one way or another. But did it shift your view on masculinity or just like emotional vulnerability? I know that you're a dad too. You have a son of your own. So did that change your relationship with him and how you communicate about maybe like your health or your struggles with anxiety?
I like the first quarter better. It's more so. I'm trying to like hold back some tears right now. Hold on.
It's okay.
So when it comes to chill out. No.
It's okay.
It ain't coming. It ain't coming. Resilience.
We're gonna give you a
resilience.
tissue.
Right. Resilience. Not resilience.
It's okay.
I always make sure to tell my son I love him. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. So it's just that, not knowing what happens, so I just make sure that presently that he knows I love him. And that's it. Yeah.
My friends and I and my family too, we practice the same thing though, that before you get off of the phone, before we leave
Thank you.
or whenever we leave, we make sure to say, I love you. And I think initially for some people it feels a little bit weird, but like you said, you don't know when the last time is you're going to see someone or talk to someone. You're making me emotional.
I'm like this.
Seeing you cry.
We never seen you cry before. Never like, you know me for 10 years.
I've never seen you cry.
I hold it in.
How many times have you seen me cry?
We need a longer podcast for that.
But I think it's a beautiful thing. Sometimes the worst things in life will bring out a new perspective. And I think it's really important and beautiful that you now prioritize making sure that you let your son know, hey, I love you. Mm-hmm. Because you don't know when the last time is you will see anyone on this earth.
Like,
so.
But yeah, it's
important. It
is. So I've lost my best friend, car accident, flipped his car, my mentor.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, my mentor.
When did that happen?
I got through training. I got into training because of him. So, I saw it. It was this big dude named Lavelle. He was my mentor. I learned from him how he trained, how he did circuits. He trained like 10 people one-on-one at all. So I learned that style from him.
Wow.
So, and then I do it on a high level. I could train 8, 9, 10 people all doing separate things because it's easy to me.
But so this was your mentor as well that you lost unexpectedly in a car accident.
Yeah. So he flipped. It was right before my son was born. Flipped his Jeep. He had his 2 kids in the car, 3-year-old and 9-month-old, and saw him one the day before. The next day he's not here. I don't talk about this stuff because who really cares, right?
I care.
You know what I mean? Like in general, like everybody has their own things going on, right? And some people have it worse than me, right? So I can't complain about what has happened to me because at the end of the day, I still gotta go get it done. That's a choice that some people don't make, or some people make that, okay, this is too tough. I don't want to be here no more. Right. So you have to actually understand, like, nobody can save anybody from like a depressive episode. You have to actually have it in yourself to not feel this way. And you have to have something that you're living for, because if not, you may not choose to. Right.
Yeah. So what I hear you saying is, one, you have to have your why, figure out what your why is, because that's something that I learned in therapy as well, too. Like you said, a lot of people are living their own life. And yes, if you are going through battles with anxiety or depression, it does feel like nobody cares and you are alone, but you would be surprised that a lot of people are experiencing the same thing too. So I think that's a really good bit of advice, to figure out your why you're here, why you're doing the things that you do, and latch on to that, because that will help you get by on a day-to-day basis. What's one other thing that you have done though in those moments where you were either battling depression or dealing with anxiety that have helped you keep going? Or is there something even more tangible? Because I feel like we have these conversations a lot, especially with anxiety. Like my therapist will be like, okay, here's a list of things you need to ignite your senses. So if you're having a panic attack, you need to call out 3 things that you can smell. You need to call out 2 things that you can hear.
Right.
Go run your hands under cold water. Like, is there anything that you literally know that you can do in the moment, in the heat?
Oh, that?
Yeah, during a panic attack?
I have plenty of vices. Because,
what's one?
I didn't want to rely on like Xanax and, other things. So like, I literally was like, I have to figure it out. So, for me, of course, it was like the deep breathing, like, and then get a little bit in. But like, I carry a massage gun with me everywhere. And it basically tricks my mind. If I feel like I'm having a anxious moment, I'll really just start massaging myself, like on my leg or whatever. So it throws my mind away from that feeling, and I'm now getting a actual different feel. So I carry a little mini massage gun everywhere I go. I still do.
A little Theragun. Wow, that's brilliant, then.
Right, everywhere I go. I don't go anywhere. I'll go to Disneyland. They're like, what's this? I'm all like, it's a massage gun.
And it's necessary.
Yeah, so you can get in anywhere with massage guns.
They
may not know what it is.
Device. No,
they may not know what it is, but somebody's like, oh, massage gun. I love those. Like, so I get in. Doesn't matter what it is. I have a little mini massage gun. I have a little mini massage gun everywhere I go because it's like my little. So I have to keep it charged.
It's your EpiPen.
Yeah, I have to keep it charged.
That's so good.
And literally, it's always charged, and I'll just start massaging my leg or something on my chest if I feel like I'm getting anxious. I literally bought a mini one to have a little portable. The only reason I have the bag is because I'm carrying a massage gun. Only reason I have it.
I love that, and I love that your man bag actually has something in it because most men, I feel like it's a gun.
It's a massage gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a gun, massage gun. Important to note.
You didn't see what else is in there, but yeah.
Wow, okay, wait, I love that. That's so practical, and I feel like that's so usable. I'm telling you all the time, people are quick to be like, yes, I have anxiety, I struggle with it, and then that's it. There's never any solution-based conversation. Okay, how can I fix this? How can I make this easier on me?
This is my fix for the past, probably 10 years.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
So good. See, the quarter was purposeful.
I would have just skipped it. Still.
No, we got to the meat and potatoes. That's what I really wanted. Okay, we'll close it with something that's more fitness related. I won't make you sweat too much.
Oh my goodness.
This one is for the girlies who want to see results. I think that obviously most people within the fitness space are result driven. I get it. I don't want to go to the gym just to feel good. I want to go to the gym to look good too. I want both. So what is your take on body transformation timelines? How long should it really take to see results within your fitness routine?
As fast as possible.
Well, I like that answer.
As fast as possible. Why would you want to go through it and not get results?
Yes. When do you check in to see that there are results that are happening to make sure what you're doing is working? Is there a 2-week check-in?
I don't check in. I know it's working.
But what's the duration of time typically for your online clients? When I sign up to train with you, it's okay, I'm going to sign up for a 3-month period?
No, I a year long.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He the death row trainers. Welcome to death row. Try to get out.
But that's the commitment, right? So because if you want something fast, so remember I was talking about the pour over client? The
pour over coffee analogy.
But I like the pour over client, as in I gotta explain what that meant, right? Yeah. So you want instant coffee, you want something fast. That's not the client I want, because you want something fast and you want the body of your dreams in 10 days. Mm-hmm. You haven't done anything. You haven't earned that. But the pour over coffee analogy, you wait. You're gonna, for that exact perfect cup, you're gonna wait a little bit longer. You're gonna enjoy it because you're gonna savor that moment. You're gonna be patient. You're gonna do what it takes to make that coffee, and then when you get it, you're gonna enjoy it much better because you had that patience. So a client who follows directions, is coachable, and just does what she needs to do, she's always gonna get results.
Yeah.
Always. So I don't check in because I know you're getting results. If you're following what I'm saying, I know you're getting results.
So basically, there is no magic number.
No.
The goal is longevity. The goal is...
And do the right things. So don't be a guinea pig. Don't go somewhere where you don't know the result that you're going to get, right? So if a trainer trains kids, football players, geriatrics. So go where you know you're going to get the result.
Okay, y'all, it's time for us to move into the fourth quarter of the pregame. This segment of the show is called The Game Plan.
A lot of quarters.
It's 4 quarters, like a proper sporting event. 4.
It's definitely like a championship game right now.
We might go into overtime, keep
the third game
okay?
was definitely tough.
Okay, fourth quarter, though, is called The Game Plan, where we give a little advice, encouragement for the girlies for today, this week, this month, this year. And if you don't have any encouragement right off the top of your dome, which is okay. You do?
Yeah, that's what I do every day.
Oh my gosh. Well, then
I talk to girlies every day.
Take it away. You can talk straight to the camera too if you want.
Which one? There's a lot of cameras.
This is your one shot.
Okay.
Ooh, I love this. I'm going to put some slow mood music behind this too. I can't wait.
Encouragement.
Just some encouragement. And it could be about fitness. It could be about wellness. It could be about resiliency, discipline, anything.
Yeah. I mean, you're not alone. You're not. You're looking in the mirror sometimes, what happened to that confident woman used to be, that happy, vibrant. She's there. You have to find her again, because sometimes life beats you down, work beats you down, family kind of, if you're a people pleaser, you do for others but not yourself. It's tough. It's very tough, I know. But just know it's not impossible to get back to her again. Find a support group, find a community, find a plan, and stay resilient. Yeah.
I liked that.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
good. And I think perfectly said too. Find a community, which is something that I'm trying to cultivate here at the pregame. I think that my goal for sure is to create a community of women, an extension of who I am, which obviously fitness and wellness is a huge part of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And my hope is that, yes, the women that gravitate to this podcast or gravitate to me can also gravitate to, my perspective and my love for taking care of myself. So hopefully, we can get to that wellness side of the pregame too.
Hey,
you know what I mean? It's not all just liquor at all times.
This is in my caloric deficit.
Of course it is. He's counting calories every second of the day, y'all.
This is 100 calories right here.
Okay, I'm going to share my game plan, which I loved yours. It was so good. And I'm so surprised that you could come up with that just like off the cuff like that.
I do this every day.
Wait, so are you telling me right now that when I come and train with you and you give me pep talks like these, that's your game plan?
I'm blessed with the gift of gab, right? But the gift of gab is not bullshit. It's actually helping someone get out of their own way.
Well, I'm going to read my game plan today just for the sake of time. I'm like, I don't have that gift.
I'm going to read my vows.
Yeah, like my gift is writing things down.
What if your husband went off verbatim on his vows and you're like...
And I read them.
Oh, wow.
I have zero shame in that because I can write now. Okay? Watch this. Look at it. Okay. Pin game. Strong. Today's game plan, you don't need more discipline. You need more alignment. Okay, let's be real. Most of us don't need another challenge or someone yelling at us to hustle harder.
You never heard me yell before.
You've never yelled.
Yeah,
never once.
I life.
What we need is a mindset shift. So here is the game plan, ladies. I want you to stop approaching fitness like it's a punishment. Stop treating your body like it's a problem that you're trying to solve. Instead, start asking, how do I want to feel in my body? Kind of like what you said. Mm-hmm. Do I want to feel powerful? Do I want to feel clear-headed, soft, but strong? Figure that out and then build your routine around those answers. Not the trends, not the pressure, not the frickin' scale. Because consistency doesn't come from guilt, it comes from connection. And when your workouts stop being about shrinking yourself and start being about returning to yourself, that's when everything shifts.
It sounds like me. It sounds, hey.
So yes, y'all, don't chase the body, chase the alignment, and let your results follow the respect that you have for yourself.
Love that.
I love that we were so aligned. That's crazy.
Because it's the truth.
It is.
Mind you, I've 15 years in, right? So I've heard all the pain points. Yeah. Not all of them, but a lot of them, right? Yeah. And they kind of all merge into the same valley of this is what it is. So I always had a saying don't think you're that special where this won't work for you too. It's already created for you. Don't think you're that special where this also won't work for you as well. Because you're so special. No. You're special, but not that special where this won't also work for you.
Yeah.
And then believe that.
And the reverse of that too is don't think that you're so alone in that feeling that you're feeling. Like you said, there's so many women that feel like they can't get back to themselves, right. That they've allowed life to knock them down too many times that they can't get back up. They've fallen off of their workout routine too many times. Don't think that you're too special or so special that this mindset won't also work for you. It could work for you too, sis. It worked for me for sure.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, like you said, I think the one thing that can make us all so much more connected is that realizing that, we're all going through this journey called life. It's all hard for all of us.
And mind your business.
And G said, mind your business.
Hey, mind your business.
No, it really is. Thank you so much for joining me today, G. This has been a really great conversation.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you opening up.
I still have this tissue for tears.
Because it's okay to cry.
Thank you, by the way, for the tears. Thank you.
Especially on the pregame.
I love the pregame. Thank you.